Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Video today is Black Ops 6. Just launched. Well, here in the US, anyway. I did not go to New Zealand like everybody else did, so I'm stuck playing it here like a pleb. But I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I played the beta and it was fun, but I'm enjoying this a lot. So, this first gameplay is from Rewind, I want to say it's called. Anyway, it's based around like a video rental store. For those of you that remember that. Not that many of us, probably. But this was a good game. This was a hardpoint game, which you can see you get a nice little kill on that sniper there. So this was a few games in. I think I'd played, I don't know, a handful of games by this point, but it does play a little different than the beta, I think. The beta seemed like, or maybe I'm just approaching it differently, I don't know. The beta seemed like a little more, you can see my movements all over the place. The beta seemed a little more, I don't know. It just seemed different. This is fun, though. This is like the real game. It's fun. The menu looks great. My settings and stuff are pretty good. I want to say I already changed my settings here. Because when I first started playing, I played with a couple friends, and I turned the settings to extreme. So I just had them maxed out, and they looked pretty crazy. Yeah, now that's a sweet kill right there. It ends up being the round-winning kill cam. Or the play of the game. But, see, I pulled off early from that guy. So, yeah, I mean, I had him on extreme preset. My other friend wasn't getting very good FPS at all. Right now on Warzone or Modern Warfare 3, I'm getting, 250 FPS or something. So, to come on here, and I had it on extreme, and I was getting like 130. Something like that, which I know it's first world problems, but when you have a computer that's nice enough to run a higher frame rate, you do want to do that. And I actually, so on Warzone, I went to very low for some of the settings, which I never thought I would do, but it actually changed like the way the game felt quite a bit. There was, I had come across a thing on Reddit talking about how people had ended up turning their textures to very low, and it solved all their input latency issues, which sounds totally stupid, and I also believed that, but when I came across it in like several different threads over the course of a few months, I just decided to try it, and sure enough, it definitely made a difference. So I've been running very low on that game, and I will eventually turn these down even further, but just to start, I wanted to see what I could get. So I was on extreme presets, everything was on high or ultra. Not everything has an ultra, but everything that I could put to ultra, I did. All the water stuff was on, all the crazy effects. And it looks pretty good. Right here, I've already adjusted these settings, so this is mostly like medium, or this is mostly like normal and medium. A couple things are on low because there's not a normal or medium. It's just like high or low, but this is mostly like medium. And for most people, I think 100 and, 100 and, I can't even read that quite, 170 FPS. Like for most people, that's fine. But I do have a 240 hertz monitor, so I really would like to be playing closer to that. And also, it's not consistent at 170. As you'll see as I'm playing it, it'll drop down to like the 130 range, 140 range. But, overall, the performance is really good. I watched Exclusive Ace's video, and he said that on PlayStation, the performance was a lot better than the beta. So I have a Series X, but I don't own the game on that, so I can't really speak to that. But at least on PC, it does seem to be playing pretty well. It seems to be, I would say slightly less optimized than Modern Warfare 3, the current one, I guess the old one now since this game's out. But Modern Warfare 3 was a little more optimized than this. This game looks good, and there's a lot more settings to tweak, so I will definitely lower them again and see if I can get up near 200 or so I can stay up there. It just makes the game feel better. But yeah, I mean, it's been playing pretty well so far. I've just been using the XM4, which is, kind of just the first rifle you get. I just want to, sometimes I tend to jump around with different weapons and stuff at the beginning, but with this one in particular, I know it's going to be a camo grind, and so I really just kind of want to focus on one weapon for a little bit and really get a good idea of what it is. And if I had been using, like, I don't know if it was this one or the couple games before, I was just using the default class, and it was really bad. And so once I put an attachment or two on there, it played so much better. And so that's what I've just been using. But then actually, I don't think the second gameplay. I was going to say the second gameplay was the C9, because I've been using that a little bit too, the SMG. But I didn't perform as well with that. And so the second gameplay is also an XM4. But that's a much better gameplay. That one, I think I go 47 and 19, I want to say. Something like that. So that's a really cool map. This one, you know, this was a beta map, so we're obviously all familiar with this one. Rewind. But, yeah, been enjoying the game so far. Multiplayer in general, I would say, you know, I get bored of it. I am a Warzone player, so, you know, there's a lot of stakes in Warzone, and the gunfights are just different because obviously you have twice as much health. And so people are not as aggressive necessarily. I mean, it depends on what level you're playing at, but in general, people are not quite as aggressive, and you have time to react. So, you know, if you get shot, like that's a perfect example right there. And I can actually see this guy's shadow, so I know he's right here, but as I pop up, there's a couple other guys. So it's a perfect example because basically what happens in Warzone is this, when you start getting shot, you have a second. You know, I think the TTKs are 600, 700 roughly milliseconds, so you don't quite get a full second, but if you start getting shot, you're not immediately dead. You do have a second if you're quick to get behind a piece of cover or to finesse a little bit to get out of there. Multiplayer, you don't really have that, you know what I mean? You just kind of start getting shot and you're dead. But relative to Modern Warfare 3, this does seem to have a little bit longer time to kill, so you do have a little more time to react, and I mean, you can see right there, I was red screened. That one, same. I was able to react. You'll see me diving all over the place. I am not sure if I'm going to keep this movement on the, you know, sprint assist I have. So it's an auto tack sprint, which is awesome. But if you have a strafing sprint assist or a rear sprint assist, what happens is the game will automatically sprint if you strafe left or right. And so, especially when going behind cover, it's been getting me killed quite a bit. Like, you know, I'll just go to lay down behind a piece of cover and move left slightly, and I end up just diving like 10 feet to the left. So it completely exposes me the whole way through, and then obviously I don't land behind the piece of cover that I'm trying to land behind. So I may turn that off. But the weird thing about that is, like, I don't want to give up on the Omni movement that quick. It's just I'm dying a lot because of it, and it's making my gameplay a little unpredictable at times. So yeah, and then in this game, too, I still had the sprint cancels reload on because I've been using that right now for the last month or two where, you know, if I start a reload, if I tack sprint out of it, it'll cancel it so I can get behind cover. And I feel like that's a better option since, you know, anytime you try to reload, it's just real easy to cancel it if you want to or to get behind cover. But it's a little bit different in this game. It's very invasive, especially if I'm using the strafe assist sprint and the rear sprint. Any direction I've moved, it's going to cancel my reload. So there have been legit games where I tried to reload like 4 times in a row and I couldn't put the freaking mag in the gun. It's just, it's a little bit insane. So definitely a learning curve, obviously, as a new game. I would say, as far as a new game, this definitely, you know, I didn't play Modern Warfare 2. I didn't play the game before Modern Warfare 2, so a couple years ago when that came out, I know that was very different, but this game just feels very different than Modern Warfare 3. Like, there's going to be a learning curve for sure of what I'm going to get used to as far as movement's concerned, because movement's a big part of, you know, the game, obviously. But as a Warzone player, I'm just trying to grind for some camos and just trying to get a feel for the movement. Like I said, I'll adjust these things a little bit. In the past, I've adjusted things too quickly and too slowly, so I've played with something for like 2 weeks that I didn't like and then took it off after that, and it really hurt my gameplay. And then same with the other thing. I've adjusted things too fast and then gone back later and realized like, I probably liked that thing. So, you know, I would say if you're playing it, a healthy dose of like, depending on your playtime, I would say an hour or 2 of something to see if you really like it. Maybe even a whole night of it to see if you really enjoy it. And then certain things, I'll probably keep the sprint assist on for today and tomorrow. If I'm really getting killed a lot as of tomorrow, maybe I'll think about taking it off. But I don't know. It's interesting. So yeah, so the game feels pretty good. My aim feels pretty good. You know, I do play mouse and keyboard, and so, you know, it's always a crapshoot, but it's felt really good. Certain guns and certain attachments are definitely going to be my friend in this game. I like how, see, that guy sniped that thing. So try to get him with a grenade. I didn't end up getting him, but... Oh man, I just realized my body's hanging on that lamp. Nice. Okay, so here's the game-winning kill that I was talking about. Oh, I missed my score right there. But anyway, decent score. So you'll see, this is mine. So as I come around, I love grenades. I've always been good with grenades. So I chucked this thing, and that's exactly where I wanted it to go. And it ends up hitting them and just blowing them all up, and then the car. So nice little round winner there, a game winner there. Play the game there. Dude, man, it's just whatever. It's late, you know what I'm saying? So this map's called Subsonic. I actually really like this one. That's F-117 Nighthawk airplane, which is like, you know, it's like the stealth. It's like the B-2's little brother. That's essentially, they made that first and kind of ironed out a lot of the details on the stealth. But one of the things about it is it's a subsonic plane, or generally a subsonic. Anyway, whatever. You guys probably don't care about that, or maybe you do. So I decided to sprint right in here and just go right for it right off the bat. I've never played this map before. I don't know what's happening. The doors were closing, and I decided to do it. So nice little 2-piece, nice little 3-piece. And as you see here, I had already... So at this point, I turned off the sprint to cancel reload, and it really doesn't affect the game at all. It's really strange. It's like I'm reloading while I'm sprinting, so I'm not 100% sure if that's because I have gung-ho on, or if that's just how it works. I'll have to look more into that, but it definitely was way better after I turned the sprint cancels reload off. So that way the sprint is not canceling my reload, and you'll see I had much better gameplay. Like right there, it would have canceled just a game or two previous, because if I strafe 1 inch to the left, it's gonna start to reload my gun. So this is a pretty good game. I won't talk through the rest of this game. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay here. But this is a good map, and I am enjoying the game a lot so far. I am taking a break so I can do this, obviously. But as soon as this is done, I'm gonna get right back into it and be grinding it out. As far as the camo grind, a lot of people seem to think it's going to be a lot easier this year. It's like there's not as many weapons, and it's at least the majority of it is going to be headshot based, but I actually think that's going to make it harder, especially for guns like the SMGs, where the headshot multiplier is only 1.10. Like, that means you're only doing 10% more damage to the head. And so I was listening to JGod's video, and he made a good point, which is, none of the guns take 10 bullets to kill. So that actually means that even if you shot every single shot in the head, it's not going to lower the TTK at all with an SMG. So it does appear that ARs are up a little bit. I don't know if I can't remember if he said 1.20. So that means you can actually drop the time to kill with headshots. So the ARs I don't think will be too big of an issue, and some of the other guns like the marksmans and stuff will probably be okay. But I think if it's really only 1.10 headshot multiplier for the submachine guns, I think it's going to be a real slog. And honestly, 100 headshots is not nothing. Most of my guns in Warzone are around 20% for headshot ratio, so that's 500 kills with the gun just to get it to start the other challenges. I mean, that's not an astronomical amount of time, but that's quite a bit. I mean, depending on how good you are, I mean, I'm not that good. I think my KD right now is like 1.45, 1.50, which is exactly what it is in Warzone. I think that's going to take me several days to get a gun to that point. So it's probably going to take me 2 days per gun, I would say. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It might be a problem. We'll just say that. I have decided this year though that I got to stay mentally in it, because in previous years I've just gone for the grind, and it really just ruins the experience of the multiplayer. So I'm really just going to play it, and if the headshot grind starts becoming too gnarly, I'm just going to back off and say whatever. Because like the reality is, you only rock that initial mastery camo for a little while, and then everybody has it, and then when you've already been rocking it for like a month or two, it just kind of loses its specialness. So anyway, but yeah, I'll leave you guys with the rest of it. Thanks for checking this out. Hopefully I put some other stuff up soon. I'm gonna be grinding it a lot for this thing, and so as I do that and get good gameplays, I'll throw them up for you guys. So appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one. Enjoy the game.
Eyes on. Eat this. Capture it. Securing the HQ. HQ guard. Hold position. Breaking out rocket launcher. Using scout We lost control of the headquarters. Objective. Headquarters online. Secure the objective. We are taking the headquarters. Capture the headquarters. Clock's ticking, Black Ops. Close this shit down.